Are you tired of having your builds be plain and outdated? I see a lot of buildings nowadays having the plain classic one block around with wooden beams and occasionally a fun, funky roof. I feel the most important thing in building could be texturing. Texturing is a good use of bringing your builds more life by mixing up the blocks that you have on your builds to make them pop a little more. It makes the buildings look a little more natural as well, and to do this you can use stairs, slabs, walls, pallets to break up the empty space and make the builds more unique. So today in this video I'm going to be taking you through my process of texturing in Minecraft. The first step that I go on is usually I like to find inspiration for my builds, whether I'm scrolling on Instagram to find other builds or Googling different buildings that I want to replicate. You want to get a source image for what you want to build. Obviously, you can build from your head or do whatever you want, but this is my first step on how I approach this. For this video today, I found this picture of a cottage that I want to replicate. It's not a Minecraft build, but more of a IRL take, and I'm gonna put it into Minecraft. So I'll link this image down below if you're interested in it. So with your source image, you don't have to stay restricted to it. You can use it as a base for the palette and the building, the kind of like style that you want to get, but you don't have to stay restricted to it. You can do whatever you want. That's the brilliant thing about Minecraft, is you can do whatever you want. So this cottage is a little cute starter home that I can make and maybe turn into a pub later once we upgrade the town. So the next thing you want to accomplish is finding your palette. Whether you're in creative mode or survival mode, you have to pick a set of blocks that you want to build with, or a set color scheme, and I'm going based upon my image, so I'm going a little more grayscale for today. So I will mix like cobble, tough stone bricks, little mossy cobble in there, because it's andesite. It's just all blocks you can mix together and make look textured and rough depending on different things. And since this cottage kind of looks old, I want to make it look a little older. I play mostly in survival too, so I'm going to use easier blocks to get for this build, but I am building in creative just for the sake of the video. I'll start by putting a basic layout for the next step and what I want the house to be. I prefer to go like floor by floor, so I'll start with the first floor and lay out my build with just cobble room by room just to get a feel through the exterior first, and then like kind of break it up in the inside to make a cool little interior. And then I kind of set in my head just like, oh, this is gonna be the chest room, this is where I'm gonna smelt things. Upstairs is usually the bedroom, maybe a little foyer. You know, we get fancy with it. But then I'll start building after I lay out like a little cobble line. I'll start building and going around placing blocks down how I normally do, which is hard to explain. I go for kind of a random texture, but I try and make it look a little pattern. It's complicated, but it's just kind of go with the flow, and then like once you look back, if it kind of looks stupid, maybe swap a few blocks around, just because you want to get that like textured feel. You want to make it look for this specific building. I want to make it look a little older and maybe a little more like I'm not the first owner of this cottage. This has been around for centuries, and it's kind of going like that. So I'll go exterior first and then go room to room, and then I try and do the flooring next. For the flooring, I usually like to make, for my smaller builds, I really like to harness the texture. And since this is an old lived-in building, I want to like go textured between slabs, stairs, and maybe pepper in some trap doors. And you can notice that I'm using spruce slabs and oak slabs because I kind of like the oak to be kind of like the sun has bleached the floor a little bit and made it kind of stained so that it's a little different. And then like trapdoors kind of like symbolize a patch, and then the stair method looks like a little crack in the ground, and it makes the building worn in and weathered. And that's really the bulk of texturing, is that it's storytelling for your builds to enhance the lore and make your interiors just a little better. And once I'm done with the floors, I'll work on the interior. I made a wall of trapdoors to make one room feel a little bigger than the rest. It's a cool little thing that you can add in. And then I peppered in some more cobble and andesite for the interior to make it look like that exterior side piece building, which is, in my head, the kitchen. But it intertwines and peppers a little more dynamic flow and changes up the texture instead of having all those stone bricks that I did for most of the exterior. And then once I'm done with the first floor, I'll make my staircase and make my way up to the second floor. Before I do the second floor, I like to kind of divide the first between the second with a line of stairs. And it doesn't really matter which stairs you use. I usually, for the sake of my time and my view, I'll kind of mix the stairs between like just 2 to 3 different types, so I will do that. And then after I'm done with that, I will, since this build I'm doing just one floor and then kind of a roof, but I'm doing a second floor on the roof, I'll start with the roof, make that little side window, and then I'll essentially add a different exterior to mix up from the foundation, kind of, because I see in a lot of builds in real life, like, or if we're going medieval, you have that the bottom floor is more of a stone textured, maybe cobblestone look, and then your second floor has that like white wood, almost like white painted texture, and I kind of like that, so I added that in for this build to make it a unique shape. Also for the roof, I did just some deep slate stairs, and I made it from my source image. As you can see, it kind of is aggressive at going up super fast, and is kind of very steep, but then at the top I kind of just make it come in a little bit so the roof isn't too huge. And you can really do your roofs however you want. I kind of like to just still texture it a little bit by balancing 2, but I usually stick to 2 so that not everything is too complicated. And then once you finish that, your exterior is pretty much complete, and you can decorate the exterior. I'm going to make another video on really going into detail on interiors, as lately in my survival worlds I've been really focusing in on my interiors as well as my exteriors. I have found that texturing makes worlds more unique and fun, and it provides a good balance of color and ages your builds a little more. So if you want like more modern builds, maybe do a little less texturing to show that they're newer and they haven't been around as long. And then if you want to make like a section of your town that's more old school, you put more texture into those. So I've found that texturing is a great success for my worlds, and I love to do this. Let me know if you find success in it, and if you like to do it. This is my first long form video, so drop a like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. Have a good day.